Well, looks like it's time already, so let's go. Hello! I'm just cleaning out some mixing cups here before we actually get to mixing some resin. I realized I might have one clean one over there, but it makes it a little bit difficult to mix up some resin if I don't have anything to mix it in. So, I meant to do this before the stream, but I swear, it's like every time I start streaming it catches me up by surprise. Don't ask me why or how. I feel like that's something I've heard from other streams that I've watched too. Is the streamer just being like, man, every time I feel unprepared. Hello, how are you doing, Trainer Audie? I'm just getting ready so we can pour some resin. Because I am unprepared as always. You up to anything interesting? I would say tonight, but I don't know what time it is for you. It's the afternoon, evening for me, but... This is just some packing tape, by the way, that I'm taking to some silicone mixing cups. And I'm not actually taking it to the outside, I am taking it to the inside. I just have these inside out. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing surprisingly good today. I stayed up way too late last night. Like way too late. I stayed up until like 7 a.m. It was a poor decision really, but I did sleep in then a little bit. Usually Saturdays are the days that I sand dice, but I have quite a few sanded that are waiting to go into my tumbler to polish. It just feels like things have been polishing really slow this month. I don't know why. Sorry, that's a little bit loud. Let's get one more of these cleaned, I think. Oh. So you up to anything fun? Doing any arts and crafts? I'm doing resin, obviously. But I would like to start... Ooh, gosh, there's so much, like, purple that was on the outside of this. Oh, you're new to dice making, you were wondering how to clean up your workspace, you'll use pack tape. Yeah, it works really well, especially with the silicone. Silicone's also just great for resin stuff, because it doesn't really stick to it. So silicone everything is great. I had someone send me a link to like some silicone gloves instead of using the like, what are these ones? Nitrile gloves. And I'm thinking that I'm going to try those out the next time I need to get gloves. I don't know how well it'll go, but I'm going to try it out because I go through so many gloves. So many. But yeah, if you said you're new to dice making, so if you ever have any questions or anything, feel free to hit me up. Either in the chat or on my Discord, or just message me or something. I'm always excited when people are making dice. So I'm always happy to give people the little limited knowledge that I have if people are asking have questions and stuff. That is one of the things that I enjoy about streaming, is just kind of explaining my process and everything. I haven't done it as much recently, I feel like, because I have had a lot of kind of, I have kind of like consistent folks that usually stop by, and so they've heard the same thing over and over again. But I probably should get back to actually just saying what I'm doing. I feel like that's a useful thing to talk about. All right. We can put these back over here. I'll clean those later. This one's looking better. I could use a little tiny piece of tape. So I do have kind of rough plans for tonight. I do want to make jumbo dice. I have actually made a couple of jumbo dice. I made a couple of D10s for a dice exchange that I'm doing. But this is going to be the first set of like first full set of jumbo dice that I'm gonna make. And I have like maybe an idea for like the design for them. I'm not like set on a design yet though. I probably should have actually like thought through what exactly I wanted to make design wise, but I'm kind of winging it a little bit. But yeah, so I want to do a set of jumbo dice. I only have one set of molds for those so far. I have a few just odds and ends here that I want to get poured. And then my guess is that the jumbo dice will take about double the amount of a regular set of dice. I'm not sure. So like normally like a 7-piece set of dice with my molds takes about 30 milliliters of resin. And so I'm guessing that the jumbo dice are going to take about 60, but I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing there. But it does make me think that I could probably do one more set of just regular sized dice. Just one more set of regular sized dice. Oh, let's push this back. So I think the plan for tonight is to do a set of jumbo dice, a few odds and ends. I have just a couple of dice to pour, and a couple of like blank inserts to put into dice. Here's a little diamond ore block for a friend. But yeah, I don't know. Here, let me show you what my thought is for the jumbo dice. Cause I'm not sold. Oh, you know, maybe I won't do that. I kind of did that already. So I have this iridescent like paper here. It looks more iridescent. Hi, how are you doing, Westward 9? I'm debating what I want to make for my first ever full set of jumbo dice. And I was debating doing like some like metal foil and some iridescent sheet with maybe some sort of nice bright color, but I'm not sure because I kind of did something like that here. It's like this one's actually, let's see if it'll focus. That's what this is. So I've already kind of done that once. Yeah, the only jumbo dice I've made are these 2D10. I want to make a full set. But since I've already kind of done that, maybe I'll do something different. But I don't know what exactly I want to do. So I'm open to ideas. I'm open to ideas for what we should do with the jumbo dice. Let me toss out this tape. I do always like, we could do something with florals. We could do something with flowers. Oh, you know what? I have some flowers that are too big for my regular dice. Let me pull those out. I wonder if they'll fit in the jumbo dice. They might fit in the jumbo dice. There we go. Here's the ones I'm looking for. That would be a great use of the jumbo dice since I can't put these in my normal ones. Let's take a look here. I got a multi-pack of some various flowers because I needed some red roses. And see, these are a little bit big for a normal die. And do I have one here? I can use an example. Yeah, here. So there's that flower. There's a normal D20. But let me pull out my masters here and just take a look in comparison. The flowers, yeah, these flowers are really big, but let's look at the, here's my jumbo masters. See, so like that compared to that, I could probably fit that flower in there. It might get pushed up a little bit, but I feel like I could get that to fit. Which way is up? I think that way's up. So that might be fun. I think we'll want to pick something to go with the flowers, but I think that could be fun just because it's not exactly something that I can normally, they're flowers that I can't normally use. I'll put these in some sort of order here just so I can keep track of them. Yeah, these flowers are really big. Or are you talking about the jumbo dice? I can show you. These are a little bit gunky because I haven't cleaned them since I made the molds, but there's the jumbo D20 versus a regular D20. So the flowers, but now that I mention it both. Fair. Alright, let's see what we've got here. This one is a pretty good size. I think this would probably fit well into the 20. So I'm gonna put that. Here, I'll move these forward so you can see what I'm doing here. I have these in order. Here's the D20, here's the D4. Put these here so we can kind of see the size. The D12 we could also put probably a fairly large one in. I feel like that one's a good size. I like that color too. I think that'll be good. Then we have one of the D10s. Let's see here. You need to go slightly smaller. I think I'm trying to figure out which way is up and which way is down on these. Hi Omar, how you doing? I'm figuring out what I want to do for my first full set of jumbo dice, and I found these big flowers that I haven't gotten to use. I'm gonna try them out, I think. I think actually that goes that way, but that's okay. So there's D10, another D10. Trying to find things that are good size. My favorite subscriber, one of my 2 subscribers. I don't know if that's fair to my other subscriber. Ooh, we could go, I've got a few different colors here. We should probably do one of these like light pink ones. Let's do one of these. We have kind of, I think let's do one of these with a light pink and then one of these with like the dark purple. I think that'll be nice. I'm trying to do it like kind of a mix. You can see there's like 4 different colors here. I'd like to keep that going. Nothing against them, but you're my favorite, clearly. I mean, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna pick favorites. Glad you could stop by though. Let's see, here's another purplish one we could do. You go for kind of an even lighter one. What are you up to this evening? Doing anything fun? I'm messing around with flowers, obviously. Oh, I could go for maybe another orange one. Ooh. That might fit in there. I'm probably going to be squishing some of these in just a little bit on some of these, but... Should I go with orange or like a white-ish one? I mean, I might be doing like a whitish one for the D4, because I think that's what's going to fit. Something happened? Hopefully it's a good thing and not a bad thing. Oh. Can everybody else hear me? Hopefully it's not my internet or something. Because it looks like I have sound on my end. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Wasn't that an old... Oh, it was you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm like, it shows that I have sound, and it looks like everything's running okay, but... thank you, Trainer Audie. That was an old, like, telephone commercial. Huh. Wonder when that's from. I wonder how much I'm dating myself with that. Okay. I think we're gonna try and maybe we'll try and squish this orange one into the D6. Was it Verizon? Okay, I couldn't remember. Can you hear me now? And maybe we will do a white one for the D8. There's not actually a ton of these flowers left now. I think we'll do this one for the D8 because it's kind of different. All right, yeah, Verizon sounds right. I couldn't remember which telephone company it was. Like, it's one of the cell phones, one of the cell phone things. I'm obviously well versed in my pop culture and social media and paying attention to things ness. You know, I really feel like I should get like better versed with all of that stuff, pop culture and social media. It's like I feel like that's good for like actually, you know, making human connections with people. Gives you some sort of framework in which to make jokes. Instead, I am just here remembering old vines. That's really what I quote all the time, is old vines. Okay. Cool, I think this is gonna be cool. I do think that I want something with these flowers, though. Get off my lawn. Get off my lawn. It is funny. It is funny when I'm talking to like a friend or something who's like my age, and they have some sort of take that's very much a get off my lawn sort of take on something, and I'm just like, wow, when did we turn into the old people that are talking about the youths these days? These youths and their TikToks. Alright, what should we put with these flowers? I feel like maybe some sort of glitter would be nice. I don't want to obscure them too much, but at the same time, I feel like these could really, I don't want to just do them by themselves. So maybe some sort of foil, or not this one, but maybe iridescent flakes, gold foil, green confetti strips. Could go green. Yeah. Do I have any green? I have any green. I mean, I could do some sort of like, I figured like a stem or grass is kind of what you were saying. I could always do like green resin with these on top then too. That's always an option as well. I don't know if I have any. I mean, I have all sorts of plant life. I could add other leaves and stuff. I do have other like smaller flowers and leaves and that sort of thing. I thought I heard a cat. That's an option, but I was thinking I could go for maybe something kind of less natural and more glitzy. That's how I was feeling it, but I could go more natural with it. So I pulled out this one. This is kind of a multicolored foil. It has like it's mostly gold, but then it has like some copper and some other colors in there. See if it'll focus on it. It doesn't like to focus on things. You can still see the colors though, even if it's not gonna focus on it. I was debating that, or like we could do like iridescent flakes. We could do holographic glitter, either that one or actually this one might be better. This one just has the kind of rainbow in there. We could do just a slight shimmer to it. This one would just add like a little bit of like a glitter shimmer to the resin. I feel like I kind of would have mixed things though. I realized I did a set at one point that had, I think it had iridescent flakes and gold foil in it, and that was a really pretty combination. So I kind of want to try mixing some things maybe. Not necessarily not necessarily iridescent flakes and metal foil, but like holographic and something. I'm not sure. And we could also do some sort of colored resin as well. We could do like a layer of dark green resin. Haha! We could do a layer of like dark green resin and then put those on top. I'm not really feeling that necessarily. I'm almost kind of thinking the like I don't know. I think I do want some sort of. I was gonna say I'm waffling. I'm waffling. I'm not sure if I want some sort of colored resin in there or just clear resin. I feel like having some sort of really light color. I could do like a really light blue. The mini terrariums. I mean, do it with like some moss and some other flowers in there as well. That's like, sure, I could do that. That would take some time. This might be a longer stream, but we could try that. Green on bottom, sky blue on top, like that could be good too. I could also do I could also do like an opaque green. Oh, that looks almost black on camera. I could do an opaque green. Ah! Come back. If I really wanted to. But also doing some like, I don't know, doing some like complicated terrariums in some jumbo dice. Part of the reason I was excited about the jumbo dice was being able to do some more like complex things. And that honestly sounds kind of fun. But I don't know, we'd have to look and see how well the flowers will fit in there and everything. And what sort of flowers I have. But doing this really dense color might be a bit much if I have the flower. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, yeah. I think I'd probably do either like a really, really pale color with these or clear with some of these. Or I would do a dark color and maybe just like a slight shimmer to the resin or something like that. I'm gonna set this off to the side for now. Let's just look at the D6, oops, and see how it might look as a terrarium. And if that's the D8, I have that. I grabbed the wrong one. Let's do the D6 and see how it might look as a terrarium, and then we can decide if it's, I don't know, what I want to do or not. Take my sweater off. Starting to get warmer here. Because I do like doing stuff like that. I don't know if I'll add dirt to this one though, but I will grab some moss. So I've done some terrarium dice in the past. For those, I've done a thin layer of, it's not actually dirt, this is actually coffee grounds, but I've done that and then like some moss and then other plants and things. And that could be kind of nice. Grab some other flowers maybe. Put some moss in there. I think these flowers are going to be too big for that though. Like I could do terrarium dice, but I think these flowers are too big. Yeah. So probably not terrarium dice. That was kind of my hold up with that, was like these flowers are going to be kind of shoved in there pretty tightly. So let's see. Yeah, I think a really dense color might be too much. I think maybe a really light blue, like really light blue, and then some sort of foil and some sort of like glitter. I'm not 100% sure. I do also have silver foil. That's also an option. But I don't think... that would have a different vibe to it if I did silver versus the kind of mix or the gold. These are my 3 foil options. Unless I want to go with this one, which is slightly different. I think that might be the way I go. Do a little bit of this kind of clear but rainbow glitter, and then maybe the mix of foils, and then do a really, really light blue resin. I'm not 100% on that. Please feel free to chime in if that sounds like a terrible idea. Could do a light orange resin to match the flower colors. I could do orange. I think that if I did orange, the flowers might blend into it a little bit more. That was my only thought. With the blue is that none of them match the blue. Like none of these are blue, so they would all, none of them would like blend into it. Also, if I'm going for kind of a sunny-ish sort of look with these flowers, I figured it'd be kind of like a sunny day type thing. I want a little bit of that as well. And then I think we'll probably do this blue. I think that's a good blue. I'm talking very, very light too, because I don't want to obfuscate the colors here either. All right, I think we'll try that. We're gonna try that. I'm gonna try a very, very light blue with some mixed foil and a little bit of glitter. So there's our plan there. Kind of idea you had was like holding a little chunk of earth in the dice. Yeah, well, yeah, with like the dirt and like the moss and the flowers and everything. I've done regular dice like that before. I should do some more terrarium dice actually. Oh, here, I should show you the green dice that I made. Is it on Wednesday that I made those? Just a moment here. I made some dice on Wednesday, I think it was, and oh dear. The idea was kind of to do it with a whole bunch of different moss and stuff in them. Just moss and different plants and things. And then they're very, very light green. I feel like they turned out fun. I'm slowly starting to do D2s. So, these will be plants. Yeah, these will hopefully be all sanded. You know it's moss, but your heart is telling you seaweed. To be fair, I did use some moss as seaweed for a set of commission dice. There's a photo on my Instagram page. I think that's linked below. Should be linked in my about. I was having some problems with connecting it to my Twitch. But I did some that had little octopuses in them, and then I used some moss as seaweed. Yeah, I do want to do some. I do want to do some jumbo dice that are like the terrarium dice that I've done though. You've been playing this mobile game and you're out of energy, but you want to keep playing. Like you're out of like the will to play it, or like the game says that you're out of energy and you have to like wait an hour. Cause I know that's the thing with mobile games too. Okay. In-game energy. Oh, okay. You must wait. Wait. So I'm working on a set of. I'm doing a dice exchange with a couple of other dice makers, and I'm making a set of dice for one of the people's character. And so I'm doing dice like this that have black and they're black and gold, and then they have like kind of a off-white splatter paint on them. But I need to remake the D4, so I'm going to make the blank insert for the D4 for this one, and then also I'm going to do the beginnings of a D2 as well. So I have the black and the darker gold here. Gilded cow dice. I mean, I guess kind of. They are like a cowboy character, I think. So kind of works out. I'm gonna, I think, ink them in gold though. I think that like a bright gold. I think that'll be nice. But, I don't know. They're not necessarily the most exciting painted dice, but I feel like they match the character art that was sent to me. To be fair, the other thing that I'm making for them is some little Minecraft D6s. It's like I made like a little diamond ore block that I'm gonna put into a D6. That's actually the other thing that I'm going to do here. My one-off things, I have a bunch of just blank things that I'm going to put into some dice that I've painted various ways. Finally, hopefully have all of the dice for this set done with the lightning. So that'll be exciting. Oh, well, thank you, Omar. And then also I have, I'm making a guess, taking a guess. I'm excited, to be fair, I'm excited to do more resin blanks to then put into dice, because I want to do some painting and stuff. I think maybe I'll do a full set of some sort of painted dice at some point. I'm not going to do it tonight because I do need the blank D4. I only have one blank D4 mold at the moment, and I'm going to use it for the set that I already mentioned. Dragon Ball Z? I'm assuming that's Dragon Ball Z. I don't know anything about it, but I know of it. To be fair, I've been doing a lot of commissions lately, it seems like, for like various pieces of media where people want each die to be based on a different character from that media. Because I have I think it's Genshin Impact set that I'm working on, and I also have a One Piece set that I'm working on. I don't know anything about either of those. I've just gotten information from people that want them and looked up character art and stuff, but I don't know. It's kind of funny that seems to be what I've been doing recently, commission-wise. What are the chances? Like Dragon Ball dice? D4 is 1 star and D20 is 7. I mean, I guess it depends on how to, like, in what way, because there's lots of different ways that could be done. You mean with like the blank inserts and just like paint them on there? Or there's lots of different ways that could be accomplished. That'd totally be doable. Could totally make something that has 1 star in the 4 and goes all the way up to the D20 with 7 stars. There's just lots of different ways that it could be done. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do here yet either. I might just do... So we have a plan for the jumbo set. I might just do a... Oh, you know what? You know what I kind of want to do? This set over here. I made this set of fate dice recently. That have like copper and green. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm a little booked up at the moment. Hopefully I'll have some stuff done soon, but I have a lot of complex ones at the moment, so they're taking a lot of time. see if I can show you. There we go. I did this set recently that has like kind of tealy and green and copper. I kind of want to do a set of these, but like a 7-piece set. I think I want to do that. Oh, thank you. I really like how they turned out, so I think I want to do a 7-piece set of these as well. And so that had this copper, if I remember correctly, this kind of tealy color, and I believe this green. Pretty sure it was this green. And then it actually had white resin. Yeah. And that'll be nice. I like doing a good, just plain old dirty pour. Those are fun and quick for me. Cool. Let's do that, because I like that. Let's make sure that we have all of our mixing cups and everything ready to go. Oh, actually here, this is gonna be a keychain. So I need to add a little metal piece so that we can so that I can turn it into an actual keychain. So I'll add this, and then once it's secured on there, I'll make it into a loop. But let me grab my super high-tech way of attaching this on here so I can pour resin over it. Super high-tech Elmer's glue. Alright. I'm just tacking it on. I'm not trying to get this to attach perfectly right this second. I'm just going to try and get this in the middle. And I want that to dry, and then we'll add a little bit of resin over the top. Okay. Hopefully I have enough resin for everything. Like I said, I'm kind of guessing a little bit with the jumbo dice. I don't really know how much they're going to take. I have a guess, but I'm not sure. Make some room here so I can actually grab things. Alright. So, let me, you know, I think I'm going to end up, using what's left in here for these. Because I'm going to need something that I can put 60 milliliters of resin in. And I don't, because I'm guessing that it's going to be double normal tip dice. I'm not sure. And yeah, I want something that I can put 60 milliliters of resin in, and so I think I'm going to need to use one of my mixing cups. So I think I'll just do that in here. I'm not necessarily going to do it last. I kind of want to do that first, actually, but that means that I'm going to add my powdered pigments after the fact. Actually, you know what? Let's put all of these into a little... Just put them all into a cup for now, and then I will add. I'll pour that. Usually, I try to add my powdered pigments to my mixing cups before I pour my resin, so that I don't get resin all over everything. You know, you can see how much of a mess my liquid pigments get with my resiny hands. But I think I'm just gonna have to add stuff after I mix the resin. Alternatively, I could grab a different mixing cup, but that just seems unnecessary. Alright, this stuff's going to get added after this stuff's going to get added after. Alright, so I'm just going to leave this stuff here for now. So we're going to add a little bit of that to whatever resin's left in here. These ones are all going to have clear. I'm just doing clear around all of these. Do I want to do some purple around this one? I might do a little bit of purple, but I just need the purple ink for that. Let's do a little bit of purple ink. I'll pull that out. This one should be fun, hopefully. It's all one color. I hope it actually blends in more once it's in the dye, because I have glow-in-the-dark paint on it. You can see the glow-in-the-dark paint there. I'm hoping that glow-in-the-dark paint kind of blends in. But everything else here, I'm just going to put into clear resin, so that should be fine. Okay, this one actually, I do need 2 mixing cups for this, because I do need one that I'm going to put a little bit of gold into, and one that I'm going to put the black into. And like I said, I usually put my powdered pigments into the mixing cups first, just because I don't want to make a giant mess. Oh, that's on the outside of the cup. Okay. I don't think I need very much here. Let's find a little stir stick here. I'm just going to do the D4 insert and then half of a D2. So my idea for the D2 is I'll pour it in like halfway-ish, just like a thin layer, and then I'll paint it like the rest, and then I'll do a layer of clear. Sorry, I was just trying to remember if did I do gold in that? I have to try and remember things. I really should take better notes. Alright, so there's those. Set that off to the side for now. I should grab a little stir stick for the black. This is just for resin. Ah! Hi Jen! Drive safe! Hope you're doing well. That does remind me, moving on from this week, I'm gonna try changing my Saturday streaming time to noon Pacific Standard Time instead of 7 p.m. I'll mention that again later. But I did think I should probably mention that at some point. Probably mention that more than once, just so that everybody gets the memo. I'll update my stream schedule too, and probably post about it on social media. But I'm gonna try out streaming at noon on Saturdays instead of 7 p.m. Just so that I actually have like an evening free, because I don't really have too many evenings free at the moment, so that'll be good. Now that people are getting vaccinated and things are opening up a little bit, I'd like to be able to, you know, have small groups of friends over for dinner again. So I need some night to do that. I think this will work for white, and then the other ones are just going to be dripped on top. That's just going to be clear. That's going to go in there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I know that it's not going to work with everybody's schedule. 7 p.m. or Wednesdays will still be same time. Wednesdays will still be at 7 p.m. But Saturdays I'm gonna switch around. We'll see how it works out too. Maybe at some point I'll stream it both times, but it'll be nice to hopefully have a little bit of a social life in real life again. You'll be there for dinner. Yes, you'll be there for board game nights at my house. Yes, everyone can come visit for board game nights at my house. My only requirement is that you be vaccinated. Is that everything? I think that's all of the pieces. This seems strange, but I think it's because this didn't take a ton of setup. That needs some more. You're vaccinated and you have board games. Excellent. The more the merrier. We live so close together. So close together, yes. Illinois, Pacific Northwest, same area, same area. Is that everything? I think that's everything. All right. Cool. Let's pour some resin. Let me get my safety equipment on. I'm gonna take my sweater off completely. Oops. Let my sweater. Oh, that's fine. There. All right. I'm gonna grab some safety equipment here. So, exactly. The word cat's in there, so it works out. It works out. The chat, yes. All right. I'm gonna be a little bit muffled for the rest of the stream, just so everybody knows, because I'm gonna be wearing a respirator. You know, safety first, safety first. But if you ever need me to repeat anything or anything like that, just let me know. I know it can be a little bit hard to understand when it's a little bit muffled. I tend the pandemic has been kind of weird for me because I tend to read lips. I don't have any hearing problems or anything. I just have like comprehension problems. And so like I can't understand a word that anyone has said this entire pandemic. All right. Bane Liz is here. All right. Let me grab the resin here. I am also going to go silent for a moment here. Oh, I need to order more resin. I've used a lot of resin. I'm also going to go silent here for a moment as I attempt to pour resin accurately. I can't pour or measure and talk at the same time. So feel free to chat amongst yourselves about cats or Bane or misspellings of words. I will be right back. Somehow I got that exactly. Not quite sure how I got it exactly, but I did. Does it ever happen to you where someone tells you something but your brain just doesn't comprehend it? Like they say words and you know they're saying words, but your brain just goes, yes, it does. That's something that I asked someone at one point, was like, hey, can you like make it so that you can't understand English? Because I realized that was something that I could do. Like, I can, if someone's talking to me, I can like turn off the part of my brain that understands them. But quite often, like, someone will say, it's, if I'm not actively paying attention to what someone's saying, I like don't understand what they're saying. It just takes like energy to try and comprehend language. All right, comprehend languages. All right, let me pour part 2. It takes a spell slot. Yeah, exactly. I have to keep casting comprehend languages. You know, that's actually a really funny way to. That's a really funny way to put it. What is that called though? There's a word for it, and it is actually a symptom of ADHD. Like I said, it's really funny getting an ADHD diagnosis at the age of 26, 27, I can't remember. Was that 26? And looking back and being like, oh, that makes sense. All right, this is going to take a little bit to mix here. We want to make sure it's mixed together completely. So we can chat while I'm stirring here. But the idea that it takes a spell slot for me to comprehend language is pretty funny and kind of accurate. There's like, yeah. I'm just thinking of all the times that like my brother will say something, I'll be like, what was that? And he'll actually, it's not just my brother. Like, it's kind of funny when someone will say something to me, and I'll be like, hey, what was that? And they just repeat like the second part of the sentence, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. I missed the first part of the sentence. Can you please repeat everything that you just said? My brain was not paying attention to the first part of that sentence. I'm going to need you to say that again. Brain go blur. Oh, I don't know. This is
of related to that, sort of unrelated to that. There's moments where I'm like, I don't know if my ADHD symptoms have gotten worse since I've realized that I have ADHD, or if I'm just more aware of it now. Like, there's certain things that, like, looking back, I'm just like, oh yeah, I was a weird kid. Like, I'm more than happy to spend time in my own little world. But I don't know. There's certain things. Some of it though too. Like, I feel like I have a lot more brain fog now than I did as when I was younger. But I don't know if that's like just because I'm getting older, or like a remnant of being majorly depressed, or something like that. So, I don't know. I'm just old man Liz, here with my memory problems. But, I don't know, this is kind of, things take spell slots, I guess, that other people are casting as cantrips. Oh, yeah, this is still getting mixed. I can tell that it's not mixed at all yet. It's still cloudy. It still has lots of streaks in it. I can't see it too well on camera, but there's just lots of streaks in here. I want to make sure that this gets mixed completely. If it's not mixed completely, then it won't cure properly. You'll end up with like pockets of gooey bits. You really don't want pockets of gooey resin. That is the opposite of what we want here. I don't actually. So it takes a little while to stir. And I'm just going to keep doing it until I don't see any sort of streak in it at all. And there's still plenty. I am also scraping the sides, making sure there's no part 1 or part 2 of resin that's stuck to the sides here. Make sure it's all mixed in. Scrape the bottom. I have a friend that is like just started streaming. Like, they had their first stream yesterday, day before yesterday, and they also mentioned that like they don't know why people watch streams. I've talked about this a lot before in the past, just like, why are people here? Why are you all watching me? And I'm curious if like people have different like I've said before, I don't watch a ton of streams, but I feel like I watch different streams for different reasons. Like smaller streams where it's just like, 5 people hanging out in the chat room and stuff. I do to like chat with folks, and then like larger streams are more about like watching or listen, like putting something on in the background maybe. But I'm curious how many people come to my streams just because I talk a lot, and so it's something they can put on in the background, or if people mostly come to learn more about arts and crafts, or if people come to like chat and hang out. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other reasons that people enjoy streams. I don't know. But yeah, if anybody has any insight, like why do you like watching live streams? What is the like thing that you find enjoyable about it? If you can put it into words. I know there's some things where it's just like, I don't know, I just like it. I guess I'm kind of that way about like YouTube videos and stuff. Like, I watch YouTube videos. It's just like, I don't know, I like them. They're fun to watch. But I guess it's more long form, which can be nice. With my streams, it's cathartic. I guess that's good. I always think of like catharsis as being like some sort of. You're curious about dice making, all right? So it has to do with the content. I think of catharsis as being like some sort of release of negative emotion, I guess. Which I guess could make sense if you're just here to like chill. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. 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 Maybe that was the wrong word. To be fair, I probably am just I'm just associated with that. It might not actually be that. I feel like catharsis is, I always think of it as having some sort of like resolution, but oh, it's nice to see the process in real time. That's fair. Yeah, I guess that's, to be fair, that's something that people maybe just don't realize about dice making. Like, it's something that I didn't really think about until I actually timed how long. Oh, you were using it wrong? Um, uh, I didn't really realize how long it takes me to make a set of dice until I literally timed it. Like, I took my phone and I started like a timer, not a timer, stopwatch, and went, okay, how long does it take me to make 3 sets of dice? All right, how long does it take me to sand a set of dice? How long does it take me to do all the different steps? I'm like, oh, this takes me 3 hours minimum to make a set of dice. Now, this is getting very close. I want to just scrape the sides here. Make sure everything is all good. Make sure there's no more streaks. When you see guys making TikToks, it looks fun, but a lot of the experience is cut. Well, like I said, it does take me 3 hours minimum to make a set of dice from start to finish. And that's not taking into account the mold making and, you know, all the other behind the scenes stuff. Apart from like sanding and, you know, actually pouring the dice, you know, it takes me like 40 minutes to pour a set of dice. It takes like 40 minutes to sand a set of dice. It's like a lot more, you know, it didn't make sense to me really before I started making dice why handmade dice were so expensive. I'm like, oh wow, these are expensive. And then I started making dice and was like, well, yeah, it takes me, you know, 4 hours to make that set of dice of active work time. To be fair, I am that person though that likes watching the like short videos. I don't really watch TikTok, but like on Instagram and stuff of people pouring the dice and then also unmolding the dice. That is the thing I'm kind of sad about with live streams. Okay, I think this is looking good. I think this is all mixed. This seems to be all mixed. Yeah, I'm not seeing any streaks in here. I'm just kind of doing this so I can see if there's any lines. I scrape the side. I think we're good. That is something that I feel like I kind of sadly miss with doing resin on live streams. Is that you get to watch the process of making it, but you don't get to see the final product. Which is part of the reason that I've tried to start posting photos on my Discord, so that, you know, people can actually see how things turned out the next day when I unmold them. But it's just like, oh man, I feel like it's a little bit less satisfying if you're not seeing the final product. It was the same way with cold process soap. I didn't stream cold process soap, but before I did resin, I did cold process soap, and you have to wait 24 hours before you cut into those to like make the bars. So you also have to kind of just wait and hope it turned out good. Alright, let's do 30 milliliters of this. So I'm going to go down to 70. That's probably about 20 milliliters. Yep. What do we got now? There we go, there's 70. And we're going to do just a dollop of dollop of this gold here. Actually, a little bit of that gold. And then we're going to do some of this black. Well, it's going to be black. It's not black yet. I'm just doing a D4. That's not big. Alright, let's do these. These are going to have clear. To be fair, it takes me a long time to like actually I wanted to get this so that there we go. I went this way, so that way down. Alright. Just a little bit of clear in here. Put it this way. Squish that in there. Perfect. Excellent. Get that all the way down. I maybe need to make this blank D6 mold a little bit smaller. It seems to be just a little bit big fitting into my actual D6. The blank one seems to be a little bit big fitting into the D6 mold. But alright. Just putting a little bit on the lid as well. I want to have a little bit of extra resin that's doming over the top. And then I want to have a little bit on the lid. And the reason for that, the reason for the little bit of extra resin doming is because when I put these in the pressure pot, it's going to take all of the air bubbles in here and squish them down really, really small. And so I need a little bit of extra resin to fill in that space. And then I put a little bit on the lid because I don't want air bubbles to get trapped between the lid and the base here. And it's not as big of a deal with things like the 1 here, but when I have zeros and stuff, you know, I can end up with bubbles in the numbers. Alright, let's see D4 here. That's probably plenty of clear. Make sure I have this the right direction. I did kind of have an up and a down here, so let's do that. I had to, so some of these blank molds, I have more than one of them. But the D4 here, I only have one, and that's because the first one I made, the blank was actually way too big. It's way too big, so I had to sand it down so it was, you know, kind of the right size. Come on. I want to get the bubbles out of there. Trying to get all the. Did you think of the Did you think of the word that you're trying to think of, Omar? Or are you sticking with cathartic? I can see how cathartic would work, but I wasn't sure if you were over on your the thesaurus trying to figure out which word you actually meant. Relaxing. Alright, yeah, if you're being boring. You're like, I need to be fancier than this. I can't just call it relaxing. That's good though, I'm glad. I'm glad that you find it relaxing. Let's put some clear in here. We're going to go this way, I think. There's a little bit of a bubble in the bottom there. I don't really want the bubble in the bottom here, because that could actually get trapped. So let's try and get that out of the 0. You're home! Hi home, I'm Liz. Alright, let's put this one in here. I'm trying to get this so that there we go. And I wanted a little bit of this purple. Just kind of swirled in here. You aren't enraged by the dad pun in yet. I'm just adding a little bit of kind of like a clear purple in here. I think it'll be kind of fun with the, I have a, Gen-raged. Okay, I appreciate that you're Gen-raged, yes. A little bit of that, a little bit of clear. Mix it up with the purple. Mix it up with the purple. Yeah, we'll see how this turns out. These are ones that are for that exchange as well, and they're kind of just for fun to a certain extent. I'm just trying things. You shouldn't bonk while she's driving because that's dangerous. I'm glad you're watching out for Jen's safety by not bonking her on the head with a cardboard tube while she's driving. Alright, let's get this in. This doesn't really matter. Woo, come on. We can get that facing the right direction though, that'd be good. Alright, these should be good. Can't concentrate. I can't talk. You can't concentrate when bonked, but I can't talk apparently, just in general. Alright. Got a little bit. How much do we have left? Yeah. Just a little bit of extra here. Just in case. And then we're gonna mix this all up with a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of glitter. Ah, I've been bunked! How dare you bunk Liz with cardboard tube? Maybe it will actually, yeah. It will help. It's so sticky, I'm so sad. Just gonna add just a little bit of the glitters. And we're gonna add the tiniest bit of this blue. I don't want a whole lot of this blue. I want this to be very, very light blue. Yeah, that should be plenty, I think. Mix that up. Yeah, perfect. I'll show you how light this blue is. It's just what I was going for. I'll show you the little bit of glitter in there. That's looking exactly how I wanted it. And then we're going to add some foil. It's a very, 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 very light blue, and you have just a little bit of that glitter in there. And then we're going to add some foil as well. So those are ready to go. I really probably should have like measured how much resin the jumbo dice would take, but I should have done that like way earlier, and I never got around to it, and so I just didn't. A little bit of copper and mostly gold. I don't want to add too much of this, but I want enough to look, purposeful here. So let's mix that in and see how that looks. There's a piece on my thumb. Get off my tweezers. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need more than this, but certainly, yeah, I think that'll be good with that little bit of foil in there. I definitely need more foil though. More foil! That's foiled again. I think I've gotten some resin here on my tweezers. They're all sticky. That's not what I want. I don't want the sticky tweezers. It makes it difficult to get things off of the tweezers if they're sticky. That was kind of a concern though with adding the foil now as opposed to earlier. Try to add. There we go. Come on, get off the tweezers. I do want to add some more of the copper color. Like I said, this mix is mostly like that gold color, so let's see if we can get some more of that copper color. There we go. Let's try mixing that in and see how much we have. Alright. I want enough, like I said, that you can tell that there's supposed to be foil in there, but like not so much that it blocks the flowers and everything. I do like this mix, though, I think. Here's the real question, though. Is this enough foil? I don't know. What do you think that's enough foil? Seems like a good mix. Seems like a good mix of foil to resin. I can probably break some of this up so it's a little tiny bit smaller. But some of these are in kind of big clumps. I think that's probably good. I think that's good. Never enough foil. Well, see, the thing is, though, Jen, I'm going to be putting it into the jumbo dice with these flowers. So I want the flowers to be visible. So I think that's going to be enough foil so that we can also see the flowers. If it was just that, if it was just this, I might add more foil. But since there's going to be other things in there with it, I don't really want it to be the focus. We're gonna just do this. Oof, I don't know that I'm gonna have enough resin. I think this is gonna take more resin than I was thinking. I might have enough for the D20. I'm gonna dip this in here first. Just try and get some of the air bubbles out before I put it in the mold. Yeah, there's lots of air bubbles that are coming up here that are trapped on the inside of these very dry flowers. So we're going to let that sit for a moment in there. While that's sitting in there for a moment and we're letting the air try to escape, let's mix some of our other colors. So I have a thing over here that I'm going to do with the white. There's like a cat hair in there. Get out. Get out, cat hair. Don't know if that's not quite enough. So I just want to make some. Yeah, because I still think this was mixed up very well. It doesn't seem to be very opaque. I'm not too worried because of I'm going to be adding a lot of ink on top, so the white's not even going to be super visible, but I do want to actually have a white base here. I feel like it's nice to have some sort of solid colored base. I have done like ones where I had a clear base or a clear base that had. I did a set of commission dice recently that had a clear base, but they had like gold foil in them and some gold shimmer. And then I did pink and green on top of that, and they turned out looking pretty good. It turned out pretty pretty. I'll have to post photos of those to social media at some point. I think I should probably post photos of the things that are going to be available coming up, like next Friday. Is it next Friday? Man, the month is ending so soon. Well, I feel like things didn't like polish as quickly this month. It feels like things were polishing a lot slower than usual. So I have a whole bunch of things sanded. I don't have a whole bunch of things polished, and I don't know if it's because just like I needed to replace the medium that I have in my polishing tumblers, or if I need to get new polishing paper so that because I think maybe I usually do like 3 of them. And I think my third one's getting kind of worn out, or what? But like I don't know. It's just kind of black. I feel like things have been taking a lot longer. I think I might need to order some more of the blue Zona paper. I have it in my Amazon, but black. I hope this is the correct black. I'm kind of guessing that this is the correct black. I'm hoping this is the correct black. Because, like I said, I should have taken better notes. I don't actually remember. Well, I think it probably is. I think it probably is. Let's add one more drop of black, because I do want this nice dark black. Hopefully the D4 ends up matching the rest of the dice. I think that'll be good. Yeah, we can just pour these now. This is going to be pretty quick, I think. This is just going to be black. I'll put our gold in here. pour that into our D4 here. That one ended up mostly gold, but that's okay. Oops, that's more than I meant to put in there. Darn it. Well, we're going to take some of that out of here. Put that on the lid instead. Because I actually don't want this one full up all the way. I want this one to just have kind of a thin layer, because I'm just going to paint it and then do another layer. So I don't want it to go all the way to the top. Excuse me while I take some resin out of here instead. I think that's low enough. I'm just going to test by doing this. And put the lid on and see if I get any resin on the... excellent. I didn't get any resin on the symbol part. So it shouldn't be too high later once it's cured. So that one I'm going to leave open. This one we're going to put over here. I have quite a bit of this black left. I made way too much. Alright, let's see how this is doing and fill in this D20. Like I said, I may have completely miscalculated how much resin this is going to take. I don't think I'm going to have enough for a full set of jumbo dice. Now that I'm looking at it, it's just like, ooh. These might take more than I was thinking. But we're gonna try it. See if we can get this flour into the D20. D20 is hard because it has such a small opening here. So you're just gonna have to try and shove things in to a certain extent. Hopefully I didn't completely break that flour. I might have just completely broken that flour. Well, we'll see how it looks once it's cured. Oh man, I'm making a mess now too. There's so much resin everywhere. Okay, come on. There we go. We're gonna fill that up to the top, and we're probably gonna, oops, we're gonna have to add, some more later as air rises to the surface. There's gonna be lots of bubbles that come up, but we'll do that as we come to it. Yeah, let's do the D6 next, because if we have like a D20 and a D6 set, then that's fine, but those seem like the most important ones. I think I broke the flour in this one though. So let's take the flour from the D6. I'm going to put that in here as well. I just don't want too much air trapped in here. I'm squishing it a little bit to try and work out any major air bubbles in here. Oh, I don't actually need that. There's plenty of resin here. There we go. Set this off to the side. Put this on my tray as well for putting into the crusher pot. I have this little tray. It's nice to have something that's the right size to put into the pressure pot. It makes it so much easier. Especially because the pressure pot has like a concave bottom to it. So there's not actually a flat surface on the inside to set things. So you gotta kind of make your own. Alright, how's this doing in here? Yeah, I wonder, so this was 60 milliliters of resin. My guess now is that a full set of jumbo dice is going to take about 100 milliliters. That's my guess now. I really should have measured. So the way that I measure my molds, and I didn't do it with these, and I should have, is I pour water into them, and then I pour the water out into a container that has an indicator of volume. And then I let them dry completely before I put resin in them, because water and resin don't mix. But that's how I tell how much resin a thing will hold. Let's put this on. I'm just pressing it down with a little bit of rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol. It breaks the surface tension and helps the air bubbles to pop. All right, let's put this into the D6. Oops, let's do that so it's face up. Yeah. These take a lot of resin. I feel like D10s didn't take. The D10s took maybe like 10 milliliters each. So I was kind of thinking that, you know, the others wouldn't take too much more than, I guess I should have thought about this, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then like the D20 and the D12 take quite a bit more. So maybe almost double. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Yeah, I should have guessed actually that these would take about 100 milliliters. Like looking at it now, that makes more sense as an estimate, but it's too late now. It's too late now. Here's the real question though. Which other dice should I do? The D10s maybe? I guess I could come back later and do the rest of these and just hope that I get the blue exactly right. I guess I could do that. Let's do a D10 next, I think. Let's do a D10. Oops. I feel like, so all of the dice are obviously useful in D&D, but I feel like the most important ones are D6s, D20s, and D10s. But maybe that's just me. There's a piece of resin that's already in here. I've used this D10 mold already. All the other ones haven't been used. What is going on in here? What is in this mold already? There's like little flakes of resin in here already. Oh no. Okay. I'm trying to make sure I get air bubbles out of here, out of the flour that I have in here. Yeah. I'm curious to see how these turn out. See if they look good or not. Alright. Let's put this in here. The lime and the coconut. Oh wait, put the flour in the D10 mold. There we go. Fill that up with resin. Alright, and that's going to have some air bubbles that, yeah. I don't know if you can see the giant air bubbles that come to the surface or not, but there's some big, yeah, you can kind of see the air bubbles that are rising up there. I'm just going to add a little bit more resin as that happens. I do want to make sure that the flour's in there completely because I don't really want to have to deal, oops, there's quite a bit of air there. I don't really want to have to deal with petals that are overhanging. That makes it kind of, this happens every once in a while when I do things with florals. The petals will end up kind of overhanging the lid a little bit. And that just means when I go to sand it, it can make an edge that's just not completely smooth and flat and everything like I want. I'm just going to push down on these as well, actually, make sure there's no giant air bubbles. I want to come out from underneath them. Those actually seem pretty good. Those don't seem to have giant air bubbles. Maybe some little air bubbles, but no giant air bubbles. This one has a giant air bubble. And I don't think I'm going to have enough resin for another dye. That's unfortunate. I think I'm going to need to do like 100 milliliters, I think, for a full set of jumbo dice. I don't have that much here right now. We do have some extra. So I was talking on Wednesday about question. Yes, what's up? while you're checking that out, I was talking on Wednesday about like I tend to throw in like freebies type things when I send orders, and for just a regular order, usually I do like a bonus crystal D4. And for commissions, I was doing a keychain in it and a D4, but now I'm going to do a D2 and a D4, I think. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with jumbo dice. I'm just going to do a regular D4 still, or what? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think on that. Let's roll this with this maybe. But yes, what is your question? What is your favorite color? How viable do you think a 3-part mold would be for my jumbo D20? Because the opening is so small. I mean, I feel like that would work. I don't know, I'm just kind of messy enough that, I don't know. See, the other thing I could do is, let me see if I have one of the molds in here. There we go. So here's something that I tried at one point. Here's a really old mold here. And I did this. If you look at the one in the middle, that's the D20. I made it so that there was 2 numbers that were at the top, and it made the opening a little bit bigger. I could try doing something like that, but I don't know if I want to or not. I don't know. I could also probably, since it's silicone, I probably could cut it and add like along the edges. That's fairly common with like sprue molds for getting your things out. And that could make it easier to put things in. The nice thing about like silicone is that it's for the most part like self-healing. It sticks to itself, so it's not a huge, you don't end up with too much like resin leakage and stuff. But so that could be an option too. I could just cut the mold and then make sure that I like tape it so that it stays shut. I don't know if I will or not, just because I don't know if I don't know. I feel like I've kind of fallen into a habit now with my molds, so I don't know if I'm going to change it, even if it would work better. That seems like a poor decision on my part, but just saying it how it is. Okay, let's put back there. Excellent. There's some, oh yeah, no, I appreciate the ideas. Good ideas. One more drop of white. See, there's a cat hair in there. Hope I didn't just add a whole bunch of gold foil in there. So make that a little bit more opaque. Now, I do always appreciate ideas like that, even if I'm too lazy to actually implement them. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm going to let that sit for a moment while I let all the air bubbles rise to the surface on these, because we may need to add a little bit more resin as those even out. There we go. But let's do our dirty course here. So this is one that I've done before. I did a set of fate dice with all of these colors and everything. And I liked it so much, I'm trying it with a 7-piece set now. Let's see if they turn out completely different. Let's see how it goes. So I've got my white resin here. That's probably way too much, but that's okay. So I have two different, I have a kind of a green color, a kind of tealy color, and then I have a copper here. And the copper probably need to mix up. I'm going to add all three of those. So drop of the green. And that's the green, and this one is, it's supposed to be green, but it turns blue mixed with resin, so it ends up as kind of a tealy color. And a drop of the copper. That wasn't a very good drop. Let's add another drop. And since I've added those on top, they're going to all swirl together as I pour it into the mold. That's the idea anyways. Maybe added a little bit too much copper. I maybe didn't need to add that second drop of copper, but that's okay. And we're just going to do that for all of these. So I'll add, a little bit more white. Not very much because I had way too much in there last time. Drop of green. Drop of teal. Oops, I added 2 drops of teal on accident. Drop of copper. I just kind of want them, they kind of all stay on the surface, and that's actually, there's kind of 2 ways I feel like to do dirty pours like this. This is a dirty pour where you have all the colors in the same cup and then you pour that in. There's the one where you have like the different colors of resin that you kind of put all in the same cup, and then there's ones like this where you have your resin and then you also have inks that you put on top of the resin. And they kind of do different effects. Like if I put a couple of different, this was a dirty pour as well with the black and the dark gold, and those were 2 different kinds of resin. That kind of makes kind of very soft kind of swirls, and then I feel like doing it with the inks do more kind of distinct swirls, not necessarily sharp, but distinct. And to be honest, that's the ones that I usually like. It's the ones with the super like distinct swirls, but every once in a while it's kind of nice with the subtle swirling in there. I'm gonna do this first. Do this one, and then I'm gonna use my extra resin here in my B12 that needs a little bit more. Excellent. Yeah, no, this copper that you got me, Jen, I'm liking it. I've only used it really for this design so far, but it looks really good. At least I think so. So I still need to try the pearl. I got a present from Jen. So it was a copper ink and then like a pearl ink, and I should try the pearl for some sort of design. I don't know what yet though. But this does actually swirl really well. I wasn't sure if it was going to because like I have a gold that doesn't really swirl too much, but that's the power of pine sol, baby. I don't know what that means, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask. You check the Amazon wish list just to go feral. Yeah. I should add like more stuff that I just actually need. I did add, I did put the zona papers that I need on there, but I'm just kind of holding them there until I actually order them. It's like, I might as well put them here so I can find them later. Now for D8. Should take some stuff off of there too, actually. Cat hair here that I don't want. More on the lid if I can. Yeah, here, let's see if I can show you the kind of swirls that hopefully we'll be getting. You kind of see the swirls there. It's hard with the glare. There you go, you can kind of see the kind of bluish and the green. And a little bit of copper in there. Alright, we're getting towards the end here, I think. This has been a really quick stream. Like, I think part of it was just because of the jumbo dice. Like, I didn't have as many individual designs and stuff that I was trying to manage. I didn't have as many individual things. Did you actually, Jen? Jen. Oh dear. Next Tuesday. Well, thank you. It is greatly appreciated. Hopefully that'll fix my problem with things not polishing as quick. I'm not sure if it's that because I need a new set of papers or not, but it'll help at any rate because my old ones are dead. All right. And now for the D4, and I think we'll have enough for the D2 as well, so that's exciting. I think we'll have like just enough. So what this has taught me with the jumbo dice, is that I think I will have just like, I can only really do one set of jumbo dice at a set of jumbo dice at a time and nothing else. Because I think that's going to take a full thing of resin. So I guess that's gonna, I'll have to take that into account when I do pricing. I don't know how expensive jumbo dice will be. I haven't thought about it too much. I figured I would try to make some jumbo dice before I try and figure out like how much things are going to cost. I should actually try it and see if it's a lot more work and stuff, but it's quite a bit. It's, you know, looks like it's going to be about triple the materials. But we'll see. We'll see with time and stuff. But it is, yeah, I guess it's taking, you know, I could be doing 3 sets of dice in the same time the same time that I'm making 1 set of jumbo dice. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see with polishing them too, how that goes. I think I should be able to. I should be able to throw them into my polishing tumbler. I don't know how many of them I could throw in my polishing tumbler at once. We'll see if it's. Yeah, we'll see with that. All right. The D2. Time for the D2. Drop that. It's all done. Drop of green, which is all done. And a drop of copper, which is all done. If I don't drop the lid, that would be unfortunate. Alright, I'm going to do the D2 here as well. I wonder if I'll ink these in copper as well. I don't know. Sugar Mama Jen strikes again. It's true. It's true. I should stop mentioning things that I need to get. It's dangerous for Jen's wallet. Okay. Alright. So that looks good. I still have some extra resin here. We'll use some of that for some crystals. I'm still trying to get a bunch of crystals made. I had someone request like a cup of random crystals, so I'm trying to get some of those made. But I think I'll also make some spare dice here too. Let that sink in. Let's just do a spare D4. You're just a powerful person who's decided that Liz should have funny materials. Spold? What? Spold? What? What word is that? Is this some sort? Is it Yit? That sounds like it. Almost like it could be Yiddish. Don't you typo call me out. I'm still trying to figure out what this word is. You can and you will. Oh, you're making fun of Jen. I didn't actually like notice that Jen said spold until you pointed it out. Your thumbs need a break from you turbo buying Liz gifts. Alright, last little bit in some of these. Just fill these in with the last little bit of resin here. Although maybe I should put some of it. I could put some of this into I don't know, D6 or something. I need to finish making these crystals. A cup is actually quite a few. Like, a cup is honestly like a lot of crystals. I have, I can show you how many I have and then tell you like about how much of a cup that is. So I have this many so far. I'm making, like I said, I'm making like a cup of crystals. I have this many so far. It's about one of these little cups and a half, and this is maybe like half a cup. I think it's about half a cup. So I've got a few more to make. But I did tell the person that it would be kind of slow going here. I worked to try to get them done over time with random leftover resin. Alright, so I'm trying to fill this in like it's not quite flowing into the little holes there. There we go. This is good though. It's I was trying to get like a bunch. I'm trying to get like a bunch of different colors for that. You know, I want lots of different colors. I don't want them all to just be like black and brown. I have some blacks and browns in there, but I don't want them all to be just, you know, all the same color, all boring colors. All white ones. Although I do want, you know, more than one green one type thing. I don't want all completely different colors. So this works out. Let's get rid of all the rest of this resin. We're going to make a D4 with, I think, the leftover black and gold as well. I did already make some. What is this? Oh, that's, it's like, I was very confused. I thought this was a D2 mold for a moment. No, this is the one with the other crystals. It's like, what? I thought I took some out of that D2. The D2 sitting right next to it, completely how I thought I left it. That one's just one I forgot about. Alright. So there's those. There's some more crystals. More crystals. We have our black and gold here. Let's make another crystal. Alright, let's do a D6 actually. Let's do a D6. I feel like D6s are useful. I'm like slowly kind of amassing my miscellaneous dice for the mismatched raw sets. So we'll do a D6 with the last of this black and gold. Maybe it'll end up in one of those sets. I actually had someone order one of the raw mystery sets recently. I wasn't sure how many people would actually be interested in that when I put it up in the shop. Like, obviously I knew some people were interested in it because it had been requested, but I didn't realize that I kind of didn't expect too many people to actually order raw mystery sets from a shop. It seems like a bit of a gamble, you know. You don't know what you're going to get. Alright. Last little bit of this resin. And then we're going to check on the jumbo dice. There's a cat hair there. There's always a cat hair there. Let's put that. Alright, there we go. So now all of the resin that we have left is this little bit here that was for the jumbo dice. Let's It's like opening gifts on Christmas. I mean, it is a little bit for me. It's just like, ooh, surprise things. Surprise pretty things. I feel like I should get some sort of P.O. box or something with the number of people that, like, I have. Because, like, I don't have people ship me things often. But, you know, I have people ship me stuff for commission sometimes. And that sort of stuff. I don't know. If I get, if my business continues to grow, I don't know if I'll want people shipping things to my home address. It's like, I'm not too worried about people here having my home address. It's not like I'm some giant YouTuber or something. Giant my giant Resin Twitch streamer. So I'm not like too worried about it. But like, I don't know. Might be good for the future. I was thinking about that at one point. A couple more crystals. I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever become an issue, so I don't know if it's something I should even worry about. But I guess it really depends on where things go. Oh, there's the Amazon wish list. It doesn't actually show my address. Amazon has my address, but cat hair, get out of there. Got more crystal here. There we go. There we go. To be fair, it's like opening gifts on Christmas when I order things for myself too, because I've forgotten what I have ordered. I'm just like, ooh, I have a package in the mail. Oh look, it is plastic polish. So exciting. That is actually the last thing I got was plastic polish. Alright. I think we have enough here for some sort of D4 or something. Let's do another D4. Yeah, it is starting to get thicker though, so I'm further into my work time. I think there's a D4 with some of the foil and everything. Let's add some more of the foil. I'm going to spritz everything down again. I have some more resin here. Should we do? I don't know if I want to do more crystals. I feel like these wouldn't make very exciting crystals because they're kind of clear. I don't think I'll do any more of those, but we can do something into one of these molds here. What should I do? Let's do a spare fate die. I like having spare fate dice because, like with the with like my 7-piece sets, I send like a bonus D4. With the fate dice sets, I send a bonus die, just an extra bonus fate die. One that's not part of the set, but it's just, you know, different. Let's use up all this. I don't think I'm going to fill this in all the way, but that's okay. Yeah, so this might just be a set of a D20, D20, D10, and D6. Or maybe I'll try, I don't know. I might try and go back and replicate all of this stuff to do the rest of the jumbo dice. Well, that'd probably be a good plan. Like I said, my main thing is trying to get the blue exactly the same shade again because it's so light. I might have just enough resin actually. Let's make sure this is in here. like I said, I want to make sure that there's like a little bit of extra resin. I want to make sure it's domed a little bit. Because I want there to be enough resin to fill in the spaces when I put these in the pressure pot. All those little air bubbles are going to get squished down really small. And I want to have stuff to fill in that space. So I think that's good. This is a very quick stream tonight, because I don't really have too much other than putting the lids on these. Oh, I forgot to do this. Oh well, that's okay. I'll put the I'll attach that more firmly later. I want to do that with like a white or something that's going to work with what that is. Alright, so let me squish everything down again. I'm just trying to get all of the air bubbles to pop on the surface. I'm running out of alcohol in here. That's the nice thing about alcohol inks, is that they don't cause any cure inhibition. So, like, resin does not play well with water. It makes it won't cure. And some of my pigments I'm pretty sure are water-based. You know, it's so little water that it doesn't really cause any major issues. But it does mean that I can't really use it for dirty pores like I did with these, because it ends up on the outside and then it just doesn't cure right. There's so much pigment in comparison to the resin. But the alcohol's nice because it doesn't do that. It cures just fine. Alright. Start putting some lids on here. These seem to be doing well. I always feel like the alcohol ink helps a little bit, because like I said, the alcohol breaks the surface tension, so I'm squishing it down. I feel like it usually does a pretty good job, the alcohol in the ink, of helping break that surface tension. So I'm just press these down again, and let's put some lids on. I'm not going to press down on them. Like I said, I want that little bit of extra resin, but I do want to make sure that everything is lined up in the right place. Nothing's going to get caught, because I do want it to sink down over time. Alright, there we go. I'll get all these on. I will probably call it after I get all of these lids on. Like I said, it's a short stream tonight. Usually I think I waffle back and forth on what I'm going to do more. Even though I spent quite a bit of the beginning of this stream waffling back and forth on what I wanted to do. Apparently it wasn't enough to take up an hour and a half like usual. Pop these bubbles manually, because they're not popping with the... Alright. I'll just remind everybody now. I'll do it again at the very end. I am going to try changing when I stream on Saturdays. Wednesdays will still be 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but moving, like next week, next Saturday, I'm going to try streaming at noon instead. And we're gonna see how that. We're gonna see how that goes. We'll see if I like streaming at noon or not. That'll be good. I don't know yet what I'll stream next Saturday. Maybe we'll do something more chill. Maybe I'll find some sort of video game or something. I don't really play a lot of video games, but that'd be fun. Do something that's not arts and crafts. Maybe we'll do some painting, something like that. And we can just sit here and chill for a bit. I do have plans in the evening, so I'll actually have a time frame that I have to fit in. That's actually part of the reason I originally was, you know, that is why I picked 7 p.m. originally to stream. It's because I didn't usually have any sort of like engagements after 7, and so I didn't have to put like a time limit on how long the streams were going to be. There wasn't any, you know, streams could be 2 hours, streams could be 5 hours. It didn't really matter. The only thing I was going to cut into was time that I'd be sleeping, and I could just sleep in the next day. tomorrow's my day off. So that's originally why I was doing that. Is there anything that people would be interested in seeing from me? More painting, some sort of game, a specific art project. I would love to hear what people are interested in watching. If you have an opinion, if not, no worries. But I'm always open to ideas. For this, like I said, for next Saturday, probably we'll do something kind of chill. But I'm not sure yet what we're gonna do. All right, this one's going on. I think, to be fair, part of the reason that I don't really stream games is that the games that I like playing are all, like, multiplayer ones. Like, I'm the type of person that likes, I don't know, I like, I'm a board game kind of person, more than a video game kind of person. I've been enjoying playing Minecraft, because I've been playing it with lots of people. I have also just been enjoying it, because now I'm, like, I want to build things, because that's fun. But the reason that I originally started playing it was because I could play it with, like, my brother and friends and stuff. And I feel like that, I know that people do that with streams, but if I'm going to be streaming, I want to, like, hang out and chat with you guys. So I feel weird doing something like multiplayer while streaming. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to just chat with chat. So, I mean, I guess, so far I have like a puzzle, like I have kind of a creepy puzzle game maybe that I've had for like a couple years and have just not played yet. Just that maybe. That could be fun. I'm a puzzle game person. I like puzzle games. That could be fun. I don't know. That'd be a bit of a change of pace. A little different than usual, considering I usually do arts and crafts. People usually seem less interested when I streamed Minecraft. People, I think, mostly are here for arts and crafts. But that's which is fine. I like doing arts and crafts. I think that's what people are used to at this point. Maybe I'll try painting. Maybe I'll try doing some painting. Maybe I'll try and figure out what I want to paint next. We might just do something super abstract, just for. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll just do something super abstract. Just put some colors on some canvas. That could be fun. I'll probably let you guys know on Wednesday. I'll have a better idea of what I want to do by then, or I'll talk about it on Discord. If you're not part of my Discord, it is face painting. Whose face am I painting? Am I painting my own face? I feel like that could be difficult. I've done face painting before for, like, local, just like community things. Oh, thank you, Jen. I did actually add the Discord to my about section now too. So it is below, should be below the video as well. I finally went and did that. That is something that I enjoy doing too. Like, it's been a long while, but like, I don't really wear makeup. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed or not. I don't really wear makeup. But I do have makeup, and that's because I enjoy painting my face weird. But it's been a while since I've done that. I like doing like theater stuff more than anything. It's been a while since I've done theater too, to be fair. Put that there. do some sort of theater thing. Not even necessarily like theater, but something, work on something that has some sort of plot to it. Like work on creating something that has some sort of plot to it. I don't know, I like being, obviously I have a little bit of an ego since I'm here, but like, I want to create I like creating stories. I'm not like good at writing stories, but I want to be part of the process of creating a story. There's something that's just satisfying about that. But I don't know what I want to do on that regard. To be fair, at this point, like, you know, things are starting to get a little bit back to being able to see people again, now that vaccines are happening and all that. So I think probably the local theater companies and stuff will start doing more in-person stuff. But now I'm streaming, you know, twice a week, and so that probably make things a little bit difficult for rehearsals and that sort of stuff. Oh, at the same time, I might convince a couple of friends to do like a Minecraft RP, and I don't know if we'll put that on on YouTube or not, but might be able to convince a couple of friends to do that. That could be fun. I think this is going to be pretty. I hope this is pretty. Alright. That one's kind of not very... We're going to put something on top of that one. Press that one down. Alright. Cool. Yeah. So I think that is everything for tonight. Like I mentioned, next Saturday, next Wednesday is going to be the 7 p.m., same time as this. Next Saturday, though, we're going to try and do it at noon Pacific Standard Time instead of 7 p.m. So I think that's changing a little bit. I will update my schedule underneath the video and stuff. That will get updated. But hopefully you guys can come hang out for that. Thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna sign off the night and go put the stuff in the pressure pot. Yeah, if you wanna see how things turn out, you know, come hang out in the Discord, and hopefully I can see you guys again soon. Alright, bye.